Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut, usually here with Mike Kelly. I guess he's one more day till he's back here because I hadn't heard from him, so I assume he's not here by now. I am 5 minutes late, so that means he's flying back today. Guess it's what happens when you're right on it with your co-host. Anyway, let's get on with the show for today. What do we got to talk about? Well, do we really want to talk about the Super Bowl? Who cares? Chiefs didn't win. Eagles won. Yay. If that's what you wanted, you were happy. Broncos weren't in, so I really don't care who actually won. All right, so today the stock market started the day on a strong note. It's still up. Bond market is really liking the savings that the Doge people are doing. We're seeing a 10 basis points increase today. The 10-year sitting at 4.48. There's some other stuff I want to get into about that, but it's really enjoying today, I will say. All right, so the U.S. Treasury gold proposal, and we're going to kind of look at the CPI preview real quick. So the U.S. Treasury is considering reevaluating its gold holdings from the current official price of $42 per ounce to around $2,900 per ounce, the current market value. If enacted, this could add another 800 to 900 billion in U.S. reserves, reducing the need for Treasury and issuances. This could benefit bonds by lowering supply pressure, which in turn could help keep interest rates in check. That is something I didn't even think about. I did not know we were at 45, 42. That had to be back in the 70s or whenever we came off of it, because even in the 80s, it was like $800 or something an ounce. Headline CPI is expected. So we have two things that are coming out this week, really inflationary CPI and PPI. CPI is coming out on Wednesday. PPI is coming out on Thursday. CPI is expected at a 0.24% to a 0.3%. Year over year inflation staying at 2.9. The core CPI is expected at 0.3 month over month, the annual rate dropping from 3.2 to 3.1. The biggest part of the whole thing is the shelter component, and 46% of the core CPI is declining, which could push core inflation lower than estimates. That would be good for bonds. Right now, what we're talking about when I was talking about the gold thing and how it's going to affect mortgage spreads right now, the difference between the 10-year treasury and the 30-year rate are improving. In 2023, the spreads hit an all-time high of 3.10%, driving the mortgage rates above 8%. In 2025, the spreads are normalizing, preventing rates from rising too high. The current rate forecast, which is always funny because they're like 5.75 to 7.25. That's the same thing you've been saying forever. 10 years between 3.80 to 4.70. The last time it dropped, we were at 3.65 back in September of last year, and we saw some good rates from that. But also remember that even though we saw good rates from that, there was still that huge difference in the actual from the 10-year to the mortgage rates. So that was still in there. So that's a huge thing. If you look at mortgage applications so far this year, the data, we have had 2 positive weeks, 1 flat week, and 1 negative week. And we'll get into that on Wednesday when it comes up this week. All right, housing trends. Inventory. So we're at 632,367, down from 634,979 in the previous week. The same week in 2024 was 494,819. So we're still more than that. Peak in 2024 level was up to 739,434. Active listings in 2015 is what we kind of been using for the norm, was 947,864. So we're about 310,000 off of that. So the question really is, where we go from here? Don't know. Just kidding. Well, let's talk about, so Tuesday we have National Federation of Independent Small Business Optimism Index, Fed Chair Powell's testimony, Wednesday's mortgage application consumer price index. So Wednesday would be a big day. Treasury auction, Thursday producer price index, initial jobless claims, and Treasury auction, and Friday is the retail sales report. So with all this information that I just threw at you real fast, what does it mean? Rates are improving. the bond market and is liking what's happening with. So bond market hates it when we spend a lot of money in government and government gets bigger. That is not what it likes. It doesn't like overspending. That was a problem in the last 4 years. Is one side of the government was like, all right, we need to rein this in, get rates down. That'd be the Fed. And I know they're not really government; they're outside of that. And then you had the current administration going, we need to spend more money to increase everything and do all this stuff. Well, that didn't work. And so now we're back down to where we're supposed to be at. We're seeing all this fraud. And maybe it's not necessarily fraud, but money used that was for something and got used for something else. We'll just say that's what it is. All right. So that's pretty much it for today. Come a light news day. You know, there's not much out there. There is a article that's talking about how the California exodus is over and how Southern California is going to go through an increase over the next so many years. I think all of California will, because we're going to start getting some common sense back in California like we have in the nation. And I'm not saying that you have to be a Trump supporter or whatever to kind of feel that. Finding wasted money in the government so that we don't have to waste it anymore is a good thing. And that's all I want. I want us to spend the money on what we're supposed to spend it on and actually go through the budget and make sure that's the way it's supposed to be. If we do that, we'll all be happy because rates will come down. More people will be selling their homes and more people will be buying homes. And we'll get the home ownership rate from where it is now up to 66, 67%, which is a positive thing. All right, everybody, make a great day. Be back tomorrow. Mike just told me he's flying back right now. He'll be here in the morning. So I know you all been missing him. He will be back tomorrow. And everybody, make it a great day. And thanks for being here. And we really appreciate you. All right.